Good morning, yay. I have JETPIG with me this morning. JETPIG hasn't been around for, JETPIG's been here, but JETPIG hasn't been in our service for about a month. JETPIG's been hanging out in my office, right? What have you been up to, JETPIG? Oh, JETPIG was watching and listening to our coming-of-age youth writing their credos, their credo statements. Oh, one of our youth actually talks about JETPIG in their credo statement. I can't wait to hear that. That'll be cool. What else? Oh, JETPIG saw some colored eggs on the lawn last weekend. I saw that too. Yeah, it was Easter. JETPIG says that we need to pick a name, a first name for JETPIG, and you're right, and we are going to do that today. So if you remember, JETPIG, L stands for love, that's JETPIG's middle name. JETPIG's last name is the new proposed values. So justice, you can say them with me, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity, JETPIG. And then we need to pick a first name for JETPIG. Over 40 people, or we got over 40 submissions for the first name, and we narrowed it down, and JETPIG has the 4 options in their backpack. So I'm going to read them to you. This is so exciting. I'm going to read them to you with a little blurb that the people who suggested them put with the name so that you have some context. All right, here's what the people who suggested these names said about them. Faith, because it is a principle of UUCDC and it ties the others together. So faith, JETPIG. Jawn, JAWN. It's all-encompassing and unique to our region. Jawn, JETPIG. Peace, because it should be one of the values. Peace, JETPIG. Or Sparky. The flames on JETPIG's backpack remind me of the flames of our chalice, and I wanted to pick a name that reminds us to keep the spark alive. Sparky, JETPIG. So faith, Jawn, peace, Sparky. So the way this is going to work is our children and youth are going to vote in their RE classes with their teachers. They will get to vote in class. Adults, you will vote in coffee hour today. There will be ballots in coffee hour. Our Zoom friends, you will get a link will be dropped into the chat. Make sure you open up the chat window in Zoom, and there will be a link put in the chat at the end of the service. If there are people who are not here today, or if you don't get a chance to vote today, there will be links in Connections and in the RE newsletter, so people will be able to vote online. Voting will close on Saturday at 7, and then next week we will announce the name for JETPIG. All right? Now, should we have a little story today, since I'm standing here? Let's go ahead and do that. I have a little story today. So once there was a farmer, and the farmer wanted to have a contest to see which of his animals had the best instincts. So the farmer dug a hole in a very, very large field, and he buried a carrot and a bone. And he let his dog and his rabbit loose in the field to see which one could find the carrot and the bone. They were in the same hole in this very large field. Now the rabbit, she was very, very hopeful. She knew she could find the carrot. So she set off hopping. She was ready to go. She was hopping all over. Her little nose was sniff, 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 sniffing. And she was digging and digging, and she was gonna find that carrot. She knew she could do it. The dog took one look at this giant field, and he was filled with despair. He thought, how am I ever going to find a bone in this massive field? It is going to take me forever forever. I'm gonna have to dig, I'm gonna have to sniff, it's gonna be so much work, I don't feel like doing this. So he sniffed around a little bit, and after a while, he found a comfy place and just laid down. Meanwhile, the rabbit, she's hopping around, she's digging holes, she's gonna find the carrot. She can taste it, she can't wait. The dog, still laying there, starts to complain about how much work this is, what a silly task this is, what is even the point? This is so much effort. Reminding you, he's not doing anything. He's just laying there, but he's complaining about how much work it is for the rabbit who's doing all the work. The rabbit is just digging holes. Every hole that she digs is one less hole she's gonna have to dig. She's happy to keep digging holes. One of these times, she's gonna find that carrot. She knows she is. She's hopeful. She's gonna get there. Eventually, the rabbit has dug every hole there is to dig. The entire field is full of holes, except for one spot, where the dog is. So the rabbit digs a tunnel under the dog, and there she finds the carrot and the bone. You see, the dog's instincts were so good that he had found the bone immediately. He was laying right on top of it. He was in the right spot from the very beginning. He just didn't know that he was there. Thank you for listening to my story today.